Well, President Trump's actions getting swift and mostly negative reaction from Illinois political leaders. In a statement, Governor J.B. Pritzker writing, "No justification, no authorization from Congress, and no clear objective." But none of that matters to Donald Trump, and apparently neither do the safety and lives of American service members. Illinois senior Senator Dick Durbin says though there is a bipartisan support for stopping the development of nuclear weapons in Iran, there is no consensus for another interminable war in the Middle East. And Senator Tammy Duckworth, herself a combat veteran, gave her reaction. She says while she knows the Iranian people have suffered, President Trump did not go about this the right way.
Listen, I agree with folks who say that Iran has been led by an oppressive regime. The Iranian people who are struggling for freedom and democracy deserve to be supported. On the other hand, the President of the United States needed to have come to Congress and informed us. I'm deeply concerned that he is leading us into another war that the American people do not want, that was not necessary at this time because we were not under imminent attack.
And there's also some Illinois reaction coming from the Republican side of the aisle. Congressman Darren LaHood of Peoria says rather than engage in good faith negotiations, the Iranian regime has continued to fund terrorist organizations, destabilize the Middle East, murder its own citizens, and threaten the security of the United States and our allies. Last night's Operation's Epic Fury was a direct consequence of Iran's actions and its refusal to pursue a peaceful path forward. President Trump and his team made every effort to provide the regime with diplomatic off-ramps, but the safety and security of the American people must always remain our top priority.